Okay, just bear with me a little bit here. I've used this program for years. It's fun. Makes these cool fractal renders. If you're a math wizard, it works really good for you. If you're just a dummy like me, it's still fun. Here I'm picking a gradient. And pausing Cam Studio because it really sucks down a lot of CPU. There it is, all nice and pretty. Setting the rendering aspects. Pixels. You notice memory, the bigger you make it, the more memory it'll use. Don't change the filter radius for the quality or the oversample, because if you put it on like 100, you'll never get your computer to work again. I'm serious, do not mess with it any more than it is there. This is a post editor. You can save it as is or you can manipulate it. This is known as a mutator or mutation. If you click in any of these centers and pick any of these presets, you get a different effect and a different look. Just got to do with playing around. You just play around, play around. Go click, click. Click in that center, yep. Just like that. Click over there. Click over there. It's that easy. Now I'm going to render to disk, which is the highest form of rendering this software does. If you just render it normally by clicking on go to fly out, render, you'll get a low resolution. Post editor again. It doesn't look all that great, but when you see it, not all pixelated like it is through Cam Studio, it's pretty sweet looking. Just click on any of these numbers in the left panel, you get a different shape, different effects. You can control the effects if you know how to use the math. Just playing around in the editor. There's just so many buttons. It's kind of like a mini Photoshop. I'm deleting triangles right now. And if you look up in the preview window, you can see it change. Yep. Looks good enough to me. Now I'm going back to gradients. Sometimes it works, randomizes. It rarely makes anything I like anyway. And anytime you move it like that, watch those numbers down at the bottom. Time remaining to resolve. I don't care how fast your machine is. I did find a new button in it today. I didn't see that before. Ha! You can get pretty silly with apophysis, that's for sure. Constant pausing so that it saves time and space on the drive. The aspect ratio never remains the same. You can't make it do anything. You gotta change it every time. And render. Yep. That doesn't look too bad. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't name it the right file. That's why I'm redoing it. Duh. Usually I have a habit of naming it the day that I do things, so it's easier for me to find. I have like 2 million image files on my computer from all the renders I've done, so it makes it a lot easier to find. Not to mention, 3D files, texture files. Click on the green X in the top left corner. That puts a new triangle in. Back to gradients. Playing around with new button again. There's quite a few versions of apophysis out there. 2.0 or 2.01 is the one that's never been modified. Works pretty good. Takes a lot of resources. And then there's a number of betas out there. Some are stable, some aren't. If you just drag and slide on these parameters here, you get all kinds of different looks. If you look in the preview window, anything you do changes things. Stretching, scaling, rotating, moving. These type of renders work good for all types of applications. You can use them for textures, you can use them for light gels, you can use them for C4Ds, which they're really not a C4D, but still, you can still use it for an effect. You can render to PNG, but it doesn't come out very pretty. Here I'm changing the numbers in the post editor. You can see how that changes things pretty dramatically. All the settings only go up to 10. You can't do 0 because it's below the integer preset. Okay, now we're in Bryce 6. And just the thing about that is that Bryce 5.5 is still free, and you can get it from download.com. I also believe that 5.5 might have HDRI capabilities, but I can't remember since I went from 5 to 6 instead of 5.5.